Hi, Lucy here. Today what we're going to do is install a pump. And a couple things before you get started is that when you cut the old one out, assuming you have the old one, you want to leave as much pipe as possible. You can always cut it back, but you want to leave some. And one really important thing to do is watch that, especially on the return side. Before you even start cutting, make sure that you can get a coupler. Wait, my hands. Make sure you can get a coupler over this pipe, because a lot of times these pipes have a tendency to expand if they get overheated. Okay? And the other thing is, I use a CPVC for the inlet and the return, because this is a lot thicker, heavier duty, and it won't melt and expand and get loose as often. So I have some Teflon tape, and then I'm going to put some silicone around it, thread it in, and then just start measuring. I'm just going to, on this part over here, I'm just going to put a coupler and then the CPVC. Make sure that I line it up with this, and that's it. So, and then we'll do the electrical towards the end. So let's get started, and I'm just going to use my primer and start getting all the old paint and gunk off. It's critical that you use primer. You can use either clear or purple, it doesn't really matter. And then of course your glue, you can use a 750 or 704, whatever you want to use. And but the problem with this is it's a fast set, so you have to really work fast. Like you have like 10 or 20 seconds. This is a decent one to use also. Alrighty, we're going to get started, and we'll be back in a second. Okay, so like I said, you put Teflon tape and then silicone. Handy dandy. It's gonna move. Okay, now you want to have a nice bead here, so I kind of angle it. Okay. All right. And that will start setting. Okay, so here's the thing on this situation. Notice how like we're absolutely locked in. So like I said, luckily we have a little union down here. So what I did was measure to the point where we have to pull the pump over, because it's that much room that we have to pull it in. So I put like a little limit there, and so what I'm going to do is just pull this out, and then if I put this exactly where it's supposed to go, I see it's a little bit turned right there, but I'll put it exactly where it's supposed to go, then we should be okay to put this on the top, and then we're going to slide it back. This is a little bit of a strange, complicated install, but we're going to just keep going on, okay? So I'm just going to take this off, prime it, and we'll be back. Okay, so as you can see, we've got this in place, but like I said earlier, there was no way we could have gotten this over. So now what I've done is loosen up the union. I'm going to glue these parts, lift this up real fast, push it down, and put it in line. Now we have a little marker there where it's supposed to stop. So here we go. And you want to kind of not get your nice new motor or pump dirty, so you know, keep this around. We'll fix the drop leans in a second. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm going to tighten this to make sure it's down. Okay, let's let that set for a minute. Okay, so now on the front end part, if we use the threaded, we can't use this as I explained earlier because there's not enough room because that's where we had to cut it. So if I use a coupler and a CPVC, do you see there's like hardly any room there? So in case you have to do a repair in the future, so I'm going to cut this back a little bit, so that the coupler will be sitting about right here, let's say, and then this will be threaded in, so it gives a little bit more room in the, so if anything happens in the future, then we can use one of these as a repair. So let's just hope nothing happens as long as I'm working. So anyway, I'm going to cut this back a little bit, and then we're going to get this side put in, okay? Okay, so this is a little more complicated than I thought it would be. But here's the thing, and this is what happens with plumbing, you never know. What we're going to do now, because obviously I had said earlier, we're going to get locked in here. So we're going to undo this, all right, and then pull the motor back. And so what's going to happen is that we're going to line it up. Now my videographer and strongman is he's going to help me. So when I glue this, I'm going to pull it forward. We're going to line it up and then he's going to push it in, and I'm going to line this part up, and we're going to tighten it in. Okay, so we're going to do it real fast, and that's it. So let's see what we can do right now. Okay, so this is going to be Speedy Gonzalez. No. Okay, here we go. Ready? Now, you always want to make sure that's in, and go ahead, push. Okay. Phew. Okay, so sometimes you need a little help, and luckily Gil was here. Otherwise, I would have had to do it myself, and I would have done it. But it's always nice to have help every now and then. Anyway, we're going to let this set, and we're going to go to the electrical. And now it's against the wall, so I'm not sure how much of it we're going to get. But I will show you like where we're supposed to put the wires and all that, and I'll show you as much as I can. Okay, be back in a second. Okay, so we've got the back of the motor open. Now, I know this is really major close-up, but here's the thing. What you have here is the A and B, 1 and 2 right there. So what I always do is you want to make sure that you put in a nice Loctite fitting, all right? And then I have the wires already spliced. I'm going to put those through and then use a kind of a wire connection And then that's it, and hook it up in the back. I'm not going to be able to get this on tape because it's just too tight. And but I'll show you the finished product, and that's it. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so as you can see, we have the wires. Now it doesn't matter which if you put either wire on A or B, okay? Doesn't matter. This ground wire, they have a nice little block here that you want to go behind there. What I find easy is to take this whole screw out and make a little hook in the wire and then put the screw back in there. So that's about it. We are going to fire this baby up in a minute and be right back. Okay, so now the electrical is hooked up, and whenever you put in a new pump, you have to prime it. So we're going to do that. Okay, turn on. All right, no leaks. Woo. Okay, shut off please. Okay, last thing you don't want to forget is you want to ground it. So on every pump, there's a grounding wire thing here, so you have to loosen this up, push this back in there, and tighten it down. Just really important to slip, to do that. I can't do it left-handed, that's my problem. Okay, that's it. Well, okay, well, that was a good repair there. Hopefully you guys learned something, and come visit me on my website for more repairs and helpful tips, okay? Have a great day. See you next time.